Bonjour, voici vidéo pour 1, E pour français 2. Today we'll be talking about the verb devoir. And as well as I can remember, back to last year, we did not cover this verb. So this is a new verb for you. But I could be wrong. The memory isn't what it used to be. Devoir is an irregular verb. The conjugations are in your book, so I'm not going to write them on the board here. You can look in your book, à la page 8. À la page 8. So look at those forms. We'll read them together. It's an irregular verb for sure, because you can see all these crazy spellings. Je dois. Je dois. Tu dois. Tu dois. Il doit. Elle doit. On doit. All those three forms are pronounced exactly the same. The je, tu, il, elle, and on. Actually, all five then, if you want to count them as separate ones. They're all pronounced doit. Notice the stem change for nous. Nous devons. Nous devons. Vous devez. Vous devez. Ils doivent. Elles doivent. Remember that ENT on that plural verb is going to make the consonant directly preceding it pronounce. So we have doivent with a V sound. So here you'll hear the difference between il doit and ils doivent. You're going to hear that. This makes this pronounce. Il doit, ils doivent. So that one you can hear the difference. Helps us out a little bit. Okay, this verb has two different meanings depending on how it's used. If devoir is used with an infinitive, a verb infinitive, it means to have to. Or we might even say must. For example, je dois manger du chocolat. I have to eat chocolate. I'm going to abbreviate. Je dois manger du chocolat. I must, I have to eat chocolate. Okay? Students, vous devez étudier. You have to study. You must study. You have to study. All right? Very simple. Devoir plus the infinitive means to have to or must. But there's also another way to use this verb. If you use devoir and a noun, it takes on a different meaning. It means to owe. To owe as in to owe money, or maybe you might owe somebody your allegiance or your loyalty or something along those lines. The example in the book is Le Petit Chaperon Rouge doit sa vie au bûcheron. She owes her life to the lumberjacks. But say, for example, Sam doit $5. Let's not do that. Okay, we'll do it that way. $5 Jacob. Here we have doit. This is 5. It looks like an S. $5. That's a noun. He owes $5 to Jacob. Okay, so devoir and a noun means to owe. Let's look at exercice J. Remember, exercice J is exercice J. Que devons-nous faire? What must we do? We know that the translation in this case, it has to be what must we or what do we have to do because we have faire following the devons. If it's followed by an infinitive, we know it means to have to, right? If it had been a noun, if it had been a different sentence with something else there that was a noun, then we would know that it means to owe. But in this case, tell what these people must do in these situations. Look at the modèle. Grand-mère est malade. So we're going to say she has to or must stay in bed. So we're going to use our form of devoir. And the nice thing about this exercise is the infinitive that they give you stays the same. Infinitives don't change. The verb that you conjugate is the devoir in the middle. So for your modèle, elle doit rester au lit. She must stay in bed, or she has to stay in bed. Okay, let's look at these. There's 8 of them here. Numéro 1, j'ai un faim de loup. Remember when we did our little story? I'm as hungry as a wolf, or maybe we would say I'm so hungry I could eat a cow, or what do we say in English? I don't know, but in French the expression is avoir une faim de loup. So we're going to change that to tu. You must eat. If you are as hungry as a wolf, you must eat. So we need tu. What's the form that we need there? You must eat. You have to eat. So there's your conjugated form. This stays the same. Numéro 2. Les enfants sont fatigués. The children are tired. So what must they do? They and dormir. They must sleep. What do we need there? And just slip your infinitive right in there. Ils doivent dormir. They must sleep. They have to sleep. Ils doivent dormir. Numéro 3. Nous allons en France. If we're going in quick speech, we would say nous allons en France. So what do we have to do? You have to take the airplane. Prendre l'avion is to take the airplane, take an airplane. So we have vous. And hopefully you have devez. And then your infinitive, prendre. And then l'avion. You must take. Does that help? You must take the airplane. Vous devez prendre l'avion. All right, let's go to numéro 4. Tu ne vois pas au tableau. This is an expression. You can't see the board. You're in class and you can't see the blackboard. Tu ne vois pas au tableau. So vous, mettre vos lunettes. Put on your glasses. Mettre is to put on or place. Lunette is your glasses. So you put on your glasses. Here they're telling you you must put on your glasses. You have to put on your glasses. So you would get what? Your correct form of devoir. And then your infinitive. And then I think it was vos, but it might have been les. It was vos. Vous devez mettre vos lunettes. You must put on your glasses. You have to put on your glasses. Vous devez mettre vos lunettes. And numéro 5, leur grand-mère est malade. Their grandmother is sick. So what do they need to go? They need to do. They need to go to her house. So we have ils. What must they do? What form do we want there? They must go to her house. Ils doivent aller chez elle. Ils doivent aller chez elle. They must go to her house. Numéro 6. Le professeur est en retard. The professor is late. Le professeur est en retard. What must he do? He must leave. Plus tôt is earlier, more early, literally. So what must he do? Il doit partir plus tôt. He must leave. He has to leave earlier. Il doit partir. Numéro 7. J'ai mal à la tête ce matin. I have a headache this morning. J'ai mal à la tête ce matin. So what should you do? Prendre un cachet d'aspirine. You should take a aspirin tablet. Un cachet is a tablet. So we have tu, and we have our verb prendre. We saw that yesterday, to take. What do we need in the middle here? You must take. You must take. And what was the rest of it? Un cachet, blah, blah, blah. Tu dois prendre un cachet d'aspirine. You must take, or you have to take, an aspirin. Okay, last one. Je veux être sauvé. I want to be saved. So what does that person have to do? Croire en Jésus-Christ. Believe in Jesus Christ. So we have tu, you must, believe in Jesus, right? So what do we want for must? Tu dois. Leave our infinitive exactly the same. Tu dois croire en Jésus-Christ. You must believe in Jesus, or you have to believe in Jesus. Okay, well, I hope that helped you to understand how to use the verb devoir, and it's actually used a lot in just regular conversation. So this is a verb that is practical and helpful. So memorize those forms, those irregular forms in the textbook, and make sure that you can use those. Okay, c'est fini. Au revoir.